NYSE is next weekend. I need to make sure I have all of my PO reps in check before I go and win a Black Lotus. All right, welcome back, vintage gamers, to the Saturday before NYSE. I am one last challenge before NYSE. I also have a paper event tomorrow at ELD's Time Vault Games, playing some paper Magic. So I don't know if I'm going to play the Esper deck I already have built in paper or switch it over to this deck. Obviously, the switch is not very hard to do. It's basically the same exact deck, just with different splash colors, a couple different spells. But I really don't know the answer on which deck is better. I have been very happy with Flame of Venor, Fourth Airlingas, and Pyroblast, besides the fact that they are forcing me to put Volcanic Island in my deck. That's the biggest thing I don't like about it. But in general, Flame of Venor does a really nice job of killing random things that annoy you. So I've been pretty happy. I haven't actually done super well with this deck since the 5-0. I think I had a 3-2 league and an 0-2 challenge, but I really was not feeling very good last night, so it's pretty reasonable that I did not have a good showing. I also played against the Mirror and Dredge, so that is what it is. The 75 card Mirror, people have been picking up this Jeskai deck and doing very well with it. Lots of different 5-0s, lots of different top 8s and stuff like that. So people in the community seem to have a lot of faith in this Jeskai version over the Esper version that I typically like to play with the Time Vault and the Key and the Tutors. So I don't know. I'm gonna go for one more challenge and see how I feel about this Jeskai list before tomorrow, and then of course before NYSE next weekend. $500 entry fee, real pieces of power on the line. I better pick a good deck, right? Yeah. So practice today. Serious gaming. I'll see you in round one. The legendary NYSE Open returns to Long Island in New York. This 9th installment will be a 15 proxy, $500 entry fee tournament where the top 8 will return home with 8 pieces of real unlimited power. Black Lotus, Ancestral Recall, Time Walk, and all 5 Moxens will be part of this celebration of vintage. At 100 players, there'll be an additional wacky draft with classic booster packs from Ice Age to Onslaught, the NYSE trophy, Karn altars, $1,000 in giveaways, dealers, and much, much more. Check out the link below for all the details. I hope to see you there. Let's battle. Okay, here we go. Cat. Sure. Appreciate that. Thank you, Senpai. Yeah, I do think Flame of Venor is quite good. There's a Force of Will against a non-Lurrus gamer, so it's probably going to be a keep. If they are on Dredge, which would be unfortunate, which I think Dredge is probably this deck's worst matchup. At least we have an Ancestral going for us. I don't really know. Like, I actually haven't had that bad of a time with Dredge. Like, you do steal some game ones. The Dredge matchup comes entirely on, like, how many Moxen you draw. Because if you draw enough Moxen, you can just, like, get ahead and, like, have enough Moxen to PO combo them on turn 3 and win. Someone in Discord suggested maybe take a Bauble and turn it into a Lantern, but I really don't like the Lantern main thing. But I don't think it's not a bad idea by any means, and it would definitely make your Dredge matchup better and give you an extra sideboard slot. But there's something really strong about this Bauble being a 0-drop for your Opal, for your Lurrus. Like the breakpoints of looping a Lantern are a lot higher mana breakpoints. So yeah, there should be some there'll be coverage, I think, of every round of NYSE. I know Roland is doing coverage again. So all right, Ancient Tomb. That means we're not getting Dredge. Don't have to worry about that. We do have a Force. This could be mono white. Yeah, okay, it's mono white. So yesterday, 2 mono white initiative lists went first and second place. And in their flex slots, they were playing Void Mirror as additional Vexing Bauble style effects. I don't really know how I feel about that. It kind of makes sense though, because after you play your Moxen on turn 1 as the initiative player, you don't really have colorless, no colored mana spells. So if I were to say let this resolve, then my forces is dead basically, and then also all the moxes I draw later in the game. Obviously, I can kill this later with a flame, but it's going to take me a while to build out to that. So, and also my Ancestral can draw me into more forces and that kind of thing. So I think I will just cast Force of Will here, and I'm going to pitch PO because we're pretty far away from PO, where I think Flame is a little bit of a better card. And I don't want to pitch in. Oh, fucking hell, man. I mean, I would have done the same thing. I did not see the Chancellor trigger because I was talking. But I think I still make this play because I want to cast my Ancestral Recall on turn 1. So even though I did not see the Chancellor trigger, I would make the same play again. If I get Wastelanded, it's totally fine. So, all right. So my opponent can play a white land on this turn and play a 3-drop. And then I get to, as long as I keep hitting land drops, I can get to Trainer and then to Flame of Venor and unlock myself. So, yeah. I mean, the Chancellor makes the play better, actually. But, all right. So they do have, a tap land. So they just have a Seasoned Dungeoneer. That seems pretty good for me, considering I'm going to be able to deploy Thundertrap Trainer this turn. Those are all terrible cards here, by the way. I did not hit a land drop. Holy hell. Why are my Ancestral Recalls just, like, not hitting lands? What did I do wrong? I'm gonna, like, bin 3 lands here with this Thundertrap Trainer, but... Wow, okay, that's really bad. Oh, this actually hit a Sink into Stupor, which is a blue land. That's a big point of why I like having a Sink into Stupor in my deck. I just actually turned on my Thundertrap Trainer into hitting a land. Wow, that's like really impressive, Justin. Good deck building. Also, I'll have you notice that with the Ancestral Recall and the Thundertrap Trainer, there were no lands in those 7 cards. So I'm gonna take Sink into Stupor here. Now I actually think I'm in a great spot because my opponent will play a Seasoned Dungeoneer. I will Flame of Venor it and the Void Mirror, and then I will take the initiative and get a basic island. Looks really good for me. Yeah. Cycle Bobble instead of... No. I have to play Trainer because I want to turn on Flame of Venor and attack their Seasoned Dungeoneer. I just have to play Trainer there. Like, I have to hope that my next card is a land. I just have to. I think that's the only way to play out this game. Oh, now I get to do even more. All right, so I will cast Flame of Venor, destroying an artifact and dealing 5 damage to a creature, destroying a Void Mirror, and killing a Seasoned Dungeoneer. Attacking with my Thundertrap Trainer, taking the initiative. I assume they have another Seasoned Dungeoneer, but we'll see. I don't actually have other Moxen, so nothing's turned on yet. It also turns on their Moxen that they might have drawn, but again, they have 1,000,000 mana. Maybe they now they can go Chrome Mox and then play a Chancellor, but that would be fine. I mean, maybe it wouldn't be fine, but I feel like it'd be fine. Okay, do I want to go down the Lost Well or do I want to Forge Trap? I actually think I want to go down the Lost Well. I haven't gone down the Lost Well in a while, but I don't think this being larger is going to matter very much. And those are the exact cards I don't want to see. I want to see Moxen. That's not an Moxen either. So, I guess I will hold open Sync and Snap Ancestral. I think this deck is quite good, yeah. I'm kind of glad I went down the Lost Well. And a Stash will give me an artifact as well. Yo, what's up, Nico? Hope you're doing well. I really like this deck. I still don't know. Maybe the Flames are just better than the Volkey stuff. So is this going to be a Chancellor, which I will sink to buy an extra turn here? It does mean that they're at 8, and maybe I should have gone down Trap Forge. So actually, if I had gone down Trap Forge, I would have dealt an extra 3 damage last turn and killed them. So, yeah, maybe a mistake on my part. Interesting. We'll just bounce this on the stack, though. It should be enough. Let's go down stash. I didn't really consider them like. Okay, now I'm locked unless they draw like another. I guess they could draw a. I guess they could draw a cavern. Yeah, I mean, I think we took the lessons learned from other decks in the format and put together a good one. So I have Ancestral. Oh, I guess I'm gonna have to crack this. Maybe that was a mistake then. I'm just gonna cast Snap Ancestral, and then I can crack this Bauble. Maybe this was bad play. Oh. It's pretty good too. Okay. Should I make sure I crack my Bauble? I have to make sure I crack my Bauble. I have to make sure I crack my Bauble. I have to make sure I crack my Bauble. I have to make sure I crack my Bauble. I have to make sure I crack my Bauble. I'm not gonna forget this time. All right. That was a great win, by the way. That was a fantastic win. I think I also like played it well based on what I saw from my opponent doing. But that was a good win. Well, I forgot recently to crack my Bauble in a game on the stream, so I don't have 4 Swords to Plowshares in my sideboard, which is probably a mistake for today specifically. Yesterday was a really weird day where initiative was most of the metagame. It was like 9 decks were initiative. I don't know why. I don't know what makes certain days have tons of initiative players. It doesn't make any sense. People just like initiative will have like a 40% win rate, and then the next day 10 people will play initiative, and I cannot figure out why. So, but if I was to be like very specific at metagaming for my MTGO metagame today, I would have played 4 Swords to Plowshares for sure. I just this is just like my copy paste like broad list for paper. So yeah, it could be a problem, but we got the game won. Obviously Flusterstorm is bad. I guess, yeah. Mental Misstep is bad. Definitely bringing in Portable Hole. We've seen Void Mirror already. I think I will bring in Steel Sabotage, Herc, and Negation as well. I guess I'll bring in Seal of Cleansing instead of Steel Sabotage. On the draw, Steel Sabotage is kind of garbage. Vexing Bobble is pretty bad, and Gataxian Probe is pretty bad, and maybe one Mishra's Bobble is kind of bad. So let's try this. But yeah, I cannot predict when people will suddenly decide to like make Initiative the most played deck in the format after like it's just like weeks and weeks of Initiative being one of the worst decks in the format, and then all of a sudden randomly 10 Initiative players, and I just don't understand. I mean, you should. If it's going to be 10, if there's going to be 10 players on it, you definitely should. This hand slaps, by the way. This hand's sick. This hand's so good. I just have to not get, like, Chancellor Void Mirrored again. Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it. Doesn't make any sense to me. Oh, Chancellor. Chancellor. All right. What do you got? Cavern. Vexing Bubble. I will probably have to throw a force into this Chancellor no matter what, so. Hopefully they have a play, I guess. Because I kind of need to throw the force into the Chancellor. Unless it's Vexing Bobble, obviously. This one's like quite bad. I mean, I just have to do it, right? Okay, they had nothing else after. That's got to be great for me then. I think I'm just going to not play the Vault and play a Trainer. What do I get by playing the Vault? I guess I can buy Lurrus, maybe. I guess if I hit Lotus, then I can play Lurrus as well. I guess if I hit an Opal, I can play Portable Hole, which would be pretty good from this spot. So I'm going to, though I don't get to kick my Trainer because I'm short. What if I Chain of Vapor? If I Chain of Vapor my Mana Vault, then I go down to 1 blue and 2, and then I think that makes me, I don't think that actually nets me mana, does it? Why are we tapping Vault? Because I'm giving myself the ability to play a blue spell after. Like, if you look at this mana, right, I can play a stock up from my Thunder Trap Trainer. Do you guys not want to, like, make a play this turn before we can't make any plays anymore? Like, they play a Clarion Conqueror, I can no longer tap Vault. Like, what? Okay, no, I do go down to 1 and down to, then I go down to play this and I go down to 2 and then up to 5 and I can kick my Thunder Trap Trainer if I want. So would I rather use my chain? I don't think I'd rather use my chain. Like it's kind of perplexing to me that people want to save the Vault here. I feel like that's a misrepresentation. I guess they named Cleric and they didn't name Dragon though. So that kind of makes, I guess, makes it less likely that they are going to turn off my Mana Vault. Hmm. Yeah. I mean, I think these are like, chat's like being very dismissive of these, but I think these are things you need to think about, and I don't think it's that far away from being correct. If it's wrong, then it's not that far from being correct. No, you can't. You can't cast stock up if I don't tap Vault. I will use both of my blue mana. But I can't cast PO, sadly. So that makes me want to play Thunder Trap Trainer without playing the Mana Vault. Like, I don't know what else do I need to do? I verbalized all of my thoughts on why I'm doing the things I would like to do and why I'm thinking about doing things even if I don't do them. That's the whole point of the stream. Sorry. I'm going to cast the Thunder Trap Trainer. Because my opponent named Cleric here and they didn't name Dragon, I think not tapping Vault is fine. If my opponent had named like Dragon here, or I guess they would never name Human here. Like if they named Human here, I guess it's only if they name Dragon. Mox Pearl. Wow. That's pretty sick. So I'm going to take this Mox Pearl and I'm going to Portable Hold this Sapphire. Now they have to have an Ancient Tomb. But I have no action. I guess I can Chain of Vapor my own Thunder Trap Trainer and then kick it still. So I guess I get Wastelanded and then I have 1 mana short of Lurrus. Cavern for Dragon, Clarion Conqueror. It's a Null Rod. So my Mana Vault will already be off, basically. But I have a Chain of Vapor, so that makes that like a little less powerful. So I get Wastelanded. So I will not be kicking my Thunder Trap Trainer here. I kind of just want a fetch land to play a Lurrus, but even that doesn't do very much. I guess a PO is my best draw. That one's not bad either. It's one of the best matchups for Urza Saga, even though they have tons of Urza Saga answers. They have to have another Wasteland now. Really punishes their Wasteland play, because they can't really have Witch Enchanter. Is this Cavern naming Dragon? Oh, Cavern naming Archon, sure. But they like lost their Sapphire, so they don't have enough mana. Oh, they drew a Mana Crypt! Alright. Alright. The game is on. But I do have a Saga, so I think we'll be okay. Yeah, no, I would always buy Lurrus every single time because you're not gonna be able to buy Lurrus later, and you don't want to ever really chain it end of turn here. I don't think. Like, I don't know what you'd want to chain. I guess you'd maybe want to be able to chain a Null Rod. Yeah, I guess holding up chain for Null Rod might be good. You might have a point. That's very fair. I'm gonna leave the Archon in play. I don't want to use my Mana Vault. Yeah, I think we just pass. We can always Swords the Archon if we need to be able to play multiple things. Yeah, no, you have a point, actually, because of Null Rod. But I don't know if they're playing Null Rod. Does the list play Null Rod? Because they have Void Mirror instead of Null Rod. Let me go take a quick peek here. There are 2 Null Rods in the board. Okay. Well, it's very unlikely they'll play Dragon that turn because they would have to hit a Mox mana. Peacekeeper. That definitely makes things annoying. They tapped really weird for this. They could have used their Mana Crypt and then held up in a white mana. I guess their hand is 2 Chancellors that we know about, so I guess it doesn't matter. I think we just make a construct and let it resolve. And then if they name Saga, we just swords it. And then I guess it doesn't matter. We don't even have to swords it. We can just pay 4 for it. And then if it names swords, it's fine. Actually, I kind of want to like swords this Archon so that I can go Lurrus Lotus stuff next turn as well. And then if it names Saga, I wasn't going to be able to make 2 constructs anyway. I was going to be able to make 2 constructs anyways. So I'd lose out on a construct. I guess I could theoretically chain a Vapor it on the upkeep, but then I won't have enough mana anyways. I guess I could chain a Vapor this Archon, and then if they sacked a land and bounce something, that wouldn't be a problem. And so then I could still use my Mana Vault to make a construct, use my Mana Vault to make a construct, and then get more mana for swords later. Because they'll name swords. Is that good? I really don't know. I think we're gonna win no matter what, but I'm just trying to figure out like what's the best play. I want to be able to make. I guess if I just swords the Archon right now, then I'm still making 2 constructs, right? No, I'm only gonna make 1 construct because they'll name Saga, but isn't that fine? It's probably just fine. I don't know if this is correct. I think they all have like slightly different pros and cons. I guess they are a Black Lotus away from a Chancellor. Because if he names, I guess I don't even have to tap Mana Vault, right? I could, yeah, I guess I do have to tap Mana Vault, but this is fine. Well, I can't Lurrus Lotus, replay Lotus if my opponent has an Archon in play. Unless I would like chain first, and then they can like sack a land and bounce a construct, which is not very good. I guess maybe that makes my chain kind of bad. Yeah. But this does make me mana next turn. Like if I use my 4 mana to make a construct now, then next turn I get to keep these mana sources. I'm not sure actually. Kind of cool spot. But I guess this makes my chain kind of bad, so maybe I should have used chain. Alright. Where's my Lurrus? Oh, it's in my hand. Oh, I'm an idiot. see. I see. Oh, I see. Yes. Okay. My bad. Oh, okay. Mm. Oh, I should have gotten PO. My bad. What does it matter, man? Nothing matters, man. I am just yapping. I am doing a whole hell of a lot of yapping at the moment. All right, so my opponent draws a null rod. Guess it doesn't matter. Yeah, I keep getting really lost in thought and just forgetting small things. I will have to draw a fetch land if my opponent draws a null rod, but then I can chain a vapor and probably win anyways, so probably doesn't matter very much. They draw a null rod? Looks like they drew a null rod. Oh, no. Seasoned Engineer. Ah, Witch Enchanter. Kill the construct. And then die to PO. I accept. My opponent is extremely dead. They could concede at any time if they want. I'm going to go Lotus, and then I'm going to PO everything back. Probably not stocking up first. I'm not attacking with that, so I can just pick all of everything up, because what do I care about a Sapphire at this point, right? Cool. I will PO for everything. All right. I don't know why we're still playing, but my opponent is always allowed to keep playing for fun. Which spell do we like the most? I don't know. I guess we could kick a Thunder Trap Trainer. That could be fun. Take a Jet. Take a PO. Play a Jet. PO everything back. Whee! Nope, they have two Chancellors in their hand. All right, now we need to use our stock ups to find the fourth Aerlingas. I was thinking the other day, I'm like, what if your fourth Aerlingas is your bottom card and you don't have Demonic Tutors in your deck? But then I realized that's like a foolish thing to say because you just don't have to. You just have all these stock ups when you're going infinite. That doesn't actually matter. All right. So I guess I have a Time Walk. I can't use a Tolarian, so I might as well get a thing out of my yard here, and then I'll get a Tundra. Then I will go with a... I guess I can PO one more time, really. Yeah, let's PO one more time. 2, 3, 4. I have enough cards in my library. Hey, look at that. Fourth Erlingus. I even threw away a Mox for fun. All right. Let's do. I haven't attacked yet, right? Cool. I'll make 19. I'm not even time walking because I don't even cur. Ugh, boom. Death. This deck slaps, man. I love it. I don't own a second volcanic island, huh? I'll have to proxy that up. Or maybe I can get one from Dan tonight. Do I own 3 pyroblasts? I bought flames and I bought fourth Airlingas. Do I own 3 pyroblasts? Maybe we should put my deck together while we play the challenge today. Do I own red blasts? I don't know. I have no idea. I probably own. I think you always want to have pyroblast though. Boom! Minus 25. Okay, welcome to round 2. Maybe a little Lurrus PO mirror action here. On the play, have a cat, will travel. Yeah. I mean, it's got some downsides against Lurrus PO mirror. Lurrus PO mirror basically comes down to whoever has more Moxen, sadly. But you also can't really like do aggressive mulliganing if that's the plan, so. What are we question marking? Nah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm doing okay. I'm not coughing, so. So they have Academy double Moxen stock up turn 1. All right. I mean, we're definitely behind. Like, unfortunately, the PO mirror is kind of a nightmare. It's really just about this kind of stuff. They kept 7 and their 7 was better, but we'll see what we can do. We have some plans. Let's see. They didn't find another Mox off stock up to hold up like Fluster Storm or Pyroblast or anything here, so that's good. Let's see if our stock up resolves. Our stock up just straight up resolves. So I would have loved to have hit Fluster Force here or Fluster Mox here. But I hit Fluster, definitely not land, definitely not PO, probably Trainer, I guess. Because next turn we could play 2 Trainers and have Fluster up still. This wasn't bad. Like, Fluster was definitely one of my best possible hits, right? It's fine. Cards bend a little. All right. So we're behind in this game for sure. Our opponent has an extreme mana advantage. But we have got some tools. We could totally pull ahead. Mana Vault. I'd love to have a misstep for that here. My opponent gives me that gives my opponent 1 million mana. They can go for a nice like trapped Thunder Trap Trainer kicked here. Yep. Makes sense. Stock up. Yeah, I think we're gonna lose this game just by virtue of comparing starting hands, but we'll see what we can do. Mana Crypts, Jesus. Now they can play the stock up. Which means we probably have to Fluster Storm it. Fluster's not getting much better because they're gonna have a more mana advantage than us. Gotta use our mana now. No real good chance to use this Brainstorm. 4 cards in my opponent's hand. Mox. So I could kick a trainer, but I think it's better to just cast trainers and see where we go from here. A force would be kind of interesting, but they could have Flusterstorm if they're on my build. Ooh, that's actually quite interesting. A Vexing Bauble. I like Vexing Bauble a lot in the mirror to stop them from like replaying zeros. I think I'm going to take this Vexing Bauble. So I can train her now for a Force or Fluster, and then I always have a backup Brainstorm to try to draw into a Force to try to live through another turn, and then get to a PO. All right, so I got their Force out of their hand, pitching a Trainer. It's a really big win for me. Vexing Bauble, actually, I feel is one of the more important cards in the mirror. It reminds me a lot of the days where I used to board a Chalice in the sideboard for the PO mirror. All right, I'm looking for a Force on this one. Man, I would love a Time Walk if I had the mana for it. I guess Time Walk is still the best card here. All right, they have 2 cards in their hand. I assume we're getting PO'd. We can always Brainstorm into a Force, though, so maybe that will help. They don't have any power on their Lurrus right now, no baubles, so it's just the 3 cards in their hand. Yeah, you wouldn't pitch a Thundertrap Trainer unless you had a powerful payoff right here, so... Though I guess theoretically you could PO and have Force backup hard cast, so... we're just like super, super far behind, obviously. Yeah. All right, I'll Brainstorm and see if I find a Force. I found a Force. I will pitch Sink into Stupor. And put stock up PO back. All right, so is this good enough? Is the question. If this, nope, they have a hard cast Force as well. Well, that, I might, they don't have a blue mana right now. Oh, they have 1 blue mana. It was close. We put up a pretty good fight for how bad our hand was compared to theirs. I don't know. I just really, this PO mirror is really gross. I think there was a little bit more room to move in the Tinker PO mirror. Like, obviously the Tinker PO mirror could end faster, but there was a little bit more room to move. The trainers and the stock ups make your deck so consistent that it's really hard to come back from opponent having a more Mox in hand than you. I have not been very happy playing the PO mirror in terms of like leveraging my knowledge to win the matchup. Which is not a great sign. But to be fair, the PO mirror was always like that. All right, my opponent did tap out of blue mana here. I guess theoretically, so they hit a Demonic Tutor, so they're playing the Unlucky Monkey version, which means they have no flusters in the main. If they have a Time Walk here, it's really bad for me. But if they don't have a Time Walk, I have PO, Time Walk, and stock up, right? Oh, fuck off, man. How? All right, well, we lost this game. Yeah. All right. So they get to board into a bunch of counter magic. We need to be winning game 1 against the 4-color Monkey PO. We are extremely advantaged because we have 2 Flusterstorms in the main. But sometimes it just doesn't matter. Pyros come in and Negation comes in. Oh, I saw Unlucky Monkey's list yesterday. It has 1 Spell Pierce, 1 Fluster. Like, he has to put some cards in his deck to like if I'm playing 2 Flusters and he's not, it means like my deck is going to be favored against him. So you have to make some changes. And Unlucky Monkey, to his credit, is always someone who is changing the list every week. Not many people do that. All right, Chain of Vapor comes out. I usually take out Sink, and I usually take out what's the other card I usually take out here? Island Chain, Sink, and I feel like there was a 4th card. Can't remember what it was, though. Don't think it was Lorien. I have no idea. It must be Lorien. No, Mishra is so important. It's so important because it makes your Lurrus a must-kill, must-counter. The Mishra's Baubles are very important for the mirror. I think he actually went up to 4 Mishra's Baubles recently. because that's how important they are for the mirror. You need to make your Lurrus do something. And if your Lurrus is not doing anything, it's a real big problem. That's kind of a reason you don't ever really counter Thundertrap trainers, is you don't want them to be brought back with Lurrus. Like, obviously, if they kick a Thundertrap trainer, you have to counter a Thundertrap trainer, but maybe it's just Lorien revealed. Our deck has, like, way too much mana in it already. Like, this is going down to 13, which is, like, still pretty high. So, kind of like this. Or maybe I'd rather have a Lorien revealed than a fetch. You can see that. Try that. This list has a ton of mana, like way more mana than a PO deck needs to operate, but it makes sense because you're trying to like cast trainers and you can play a long game through a null rod and that kind of thing. All right. Hopefully I get a nice Moxen heavy hand. Like, my first hand wasn't bad. I'm never mulliganing my first hand. It just wasn't as good as I'd want it to be, right? And again, I don't think I'm mulliganing this hand either, but like, I could just straight up lose because I don't have Moxen in this hand. I do have a nice Saga Time Walk though, so probably worth. Top card is a Pyro. That's a really good one, actually. So we'll keep that. But yeah, this is a pretty medium hand in the context of the matchup. I have a turn 1 trainer. I probably will Pyroblast a turn 1 trainer just because of the way... Alright, well, I'm just being... I am being bullied, unfortunately. My opponent has just had extremely high power draws. Maybe. I'm not really allowed to fetch a Meticulous Archive here. Now they can Pyroblast my Time Walk and basically wins the game on the spot, though. Not much I can really do. I mean, my opponent just had obscene hands. They can go like Lurrus, buy back Bobble soon as well. Of course, I draw Meticulous Archive, which is terrible for me. I mean, I can't really afford to hold up in Pyroblast here and just like get run over by a Lurrus. So I feel like I have to jam into a Pyroblast and hope they don't think it's good. No, they think it's good. I don't know. Like, I'm just lost. Like, I'm lost. We compare the hands that I'm lost, right? But I'm not mulliganing. Like, I can't mulligan this hand. It's not... Mulligan just puts you further behind. All right, whatever, man. Yeah. I don't know. I just, like, don't know what to do besides open better hands. So the problem is, if I just play Archive and pass the turn, all they have to do is play Lurrus. And they get to, like, loop baubles. Like, it's just really bad for me, right? Like, if I do nothing, it's just really bad. Wow, they get to buy Lurrus and replay Bobble anyways. Or they have PO. This is pretty crazy if my opponent has... I mean, maybe they have Force backup. I don't know. They crack their Bobble and then cast a PO, which is pretty aggressive unless their last 2 cards involved a Flusterstorm, a Pyroblast, or a Force blue card. I don't know. Like... Yeah, I mean, it is basically the same. All right. I don't know. I don't really feel like I did things that were wrong. I just don't think I could have ever really won. That's a really bad sign because people are going to copy my list and I'm going to have to play mirrors. I mean, maybe I just have to mulligan to all... You can't, like... People who have played PO forever know you can't just, like, mulligan to all Mox in hands. That's, like, not how it works. I don't even think this hand... I don't even think either of my hands were bad. I think both my hands were perfectly fine. Like, they weren't good. They weren't great. I mean, it's always going to be lopsided if someone draws 3 restricted mana pieces and you draw 0. I don't know. I really don't think the answer there is mulligan harder. But if the answer is not mulligan harder, then where's the agency? Like, if my opponent didn't have, like, the setup they had, then yeah, I could theoretically hold open Pyroblast and play Meticulous Archive. That way I'm still Pyroblasting a PO, I'm still Pyroblasting Ancestral, and I'm still Pyroblasting Stock Up. But my opponent should realize at that point that they shouldn't cast a spell into Pyroblast. They should just play a Lurrus, right? I mean, maybe I'm giving my opponent too much credit. Like, not like my opponent specifically, but like maybe like my only chance to win is my opponent not recognizing that they are losing to a Pyroblast, or like they might not be even losing to a Pyroblast. To be fair, like they can have Flusterstorms, they can have whatever, but like maybe that's the only way forward is to like hope my opponent does not recognize that they should play around Pyroblast. I feel like it's hard when my opponent is like had a Pyroblast in their opener to feel like they should, you know, they recognize that the card is important in the matchup. If they don't have a Pyroblast or a Flusterstorm or a Spell Pierce, then we Time Walk with a Saga, and we're in like a pretty I mean, it's not that much of a better spot. Like we're just increased our Saga by 1 turn, and then we're holding open Pyroblast anyways. Because our archive is not even gonna let us play a trainer that turn. This archive draw was pretty bad. Yeah, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just need to play the archive and hope my opponent plays into Pyroblast. Yeah, I could see it. Okay. That's good to know. Well, like, game 1, we almost had a comeback, even though we were super far behind. But, like, I mean, my opponent opened Tolarian Academy. Double mocks, right? Turn 1 stock up. We had to play turn 2 stock up, even though we were on the play. I don't know. All right, here we go. Round 3. Cat. I mean, I am the one who gets to have all the mocks in this time, but I am on the draw against possible mono white. So there's a lot of downside to keeping a hand like this. You won't ever really see me mulligan it, though. No Chancellor. But let's see if there's like a turn 1 Archon. There's an Archon. There's a Witch Enchanter. There's a Caracas. There's an Archon. All right, well, the good news is I can play through an Archon here. Just slowly. As long as they don't follow up with an initiative creature, you should be okay. I'm going to go get... I think I'm going to get the tap land and leave the island in my deck. I guess I theoretically have the option of going basic island here and then brainstorming on their turn. Maybe that's worth it. Shuffle one of the cards away with Thundertrap Trainer. Yeah, it's probably worth it. All right, please do not play an initiative creature. I will be very sad. I am sad. All right, well, that's a good start from the opponent. Doing exactly what they need to get done. Very smart of them to play the Archon over the White Plume Adventure. Yeah, what's this called? Mono White Archon, not Mono White Initiative. I think I will put back. So I'm pretty close to sinking. No swords in our main, just Sink, Chain, and 2 Flames. But we're pretty close to winning this game. I will play Ruby, Fetch Land, End of Turns. Oh, I guess I can't play End of Turn Sink because I won't have blue. I'll have to go to my turn, but I'll have enough mana to PO on my turn, so... I feel like as long as they don't play another restrictive piece, we should just be winning on the spots next turn. I guess in that case, I should play Thundertrap Trainer. In which case, what card do I want to shuffle away? I guess I can always get back the Opal if I want. Aren't I playing Lotus? I don't think so. Like, if I want to end of turn sink into Stupor, then playing Lotus is better. But shouldn't I have enough mana? I guess I theoretically could get Wastelanded, so maybe I have to play Lotus. Yeah, maybe I have to play Lotus because I could get Wastelanded and I wouldn't be able to sink. Okay. Yeah, I see it. I see the problem. I guess I could have yeah. Okay. So let's cast Trainer. Oh, I just talked about casting Lotus and then I okay, well. I'll take this Force. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's not a big deal. If their last card is Wasteland, it's annoying for sure. But okay, their last card was Swords. So as long as they don't, well, as long as they go to Forge and they don't do whatever. Oh wait, I can't fetch the fucking island. Oh, I'm so bad, man. I literally talked through it all and then just cast the other spell anyways. I guess I might lose now. Oh, they went down Lost Well and bottomed, and they drew Wasteland. Okay. Okay. All right. I still think we're winning this game, but yes, I played badly. Sometimes streaming does be like that. All right. I guess I can't ever really force anything anyways. Surprised they went down the Lost Well. I don't really like that at all. Seasoned Engineer. Oh. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. They target the Lotus. I bounce the Archon. They can't replay the Archon. Everything's fine. Okay. No problem. Yes, I definitely played badly, though. Oh, they killed the Saga. Yeah, I guess that makes sense, too. I guess this is not a lethal PO anymore. There's no way that this comes back and bite me, right? So I should just save my 2 life. Okay. All right. I really wish I had taken Mox Opal instead of Force of Will. That was pretty bad play, it looks like. But maybe I'll be able to force the Archon on the way back down and it was good. We'll see. I do miss having a Opal here, though. Man, what is going on today? Time Walk. So I have buy Lurrus, play Lurrus. Krakus was tapped instead of using a treasure token. That does technically let me Meticulous Archive here, right? Maybe I'll hit a Thunder Trap Trainer. No, definitely don't want Mental Misstep. Let's Time Walk. I will save a life and untap this. Don't think there's much downside to doing that when I get to play a Lotus. All right. Didn't do anything this turn. And I can't really attack into them. Well, I mean, that was the whole point of Meticulous Archiving. Didn't work out, but... Now they get a Skeleton token. They drew a Vexing Bauble. Okay. I mean, do I counter Vexing Bauble and let Archon resolve? It's quite bad for me. I know I have Hardcast Force, but it's still resolving a Vexing Bauble. Chat! I understand, but it means I won't be able to replay my Moxen if I PO. And I can't replay my Lotus with my Lurrus. I guess they also have a Caracas for my Lurrus. Maybe I should just have attacked, actually. I guess yeah, I should have attacked. Huh. I guess that's a whoops moment here. I lost 3 life for no reason. Oh, they found the line. I played this game awful. It's just a terrible game by me. I'm gonna lose, I think. The 3 life is gonna cost me and I'm gonna lose. Multiple misplays to lose a winning game, it looks like. Because I can't actually block next turn. I'm gonna have to draw one of my action spells. Technically, I have what, 3 POs, 4 stock ups, 4 Thunder Trap Trainers. Here's a PO. Pretty sure it all comes up. Don't think I'm playing a Lurrus. Those are not great. Those are not great. Play my mana ball off of a black, and then I use my mana vault to stock up. I don't even know what I'm supposed to hit here. I kind of need... All right, there's a chain of vapor and a flame. And a thunder trap. I take chain, I buy back mana vault, and I buy back... I buy back mana vault, and then I bounce bobble. And I take thunder trap trainer. And I kick a thunder trap trainer. I need to win the game this turn. Is thunder trap trainer my best way of winning the game this turn? Probably. Kind of still need to hit like a Talarian Academy though. Man, I think this game would have been pretty easy if I had simply played better. So play everything out and then probe. I have 4 life. I have Lurrus and I have Lotus. Mana Crypt. It's gonna be tough because I have to hit one of my opals. No, no, I have Lurrus. I have Lurrus. So let's do Lurrus Lotus. I guess I shouldn't do that yet. There's no reason to do that yet. Is playing this crypt a problem? I don't think so. Probably have to PO to win here. Saves me a white mana. What does a white mana get me in the main? Just the 4th Aerlingus. So I guess I don't need to do that. Okay, so a PO needs to get hit off these looks here. Merchant Scroll is a PO if I have enough mana for it. I'm currently 1 mana short. Because I have 5 more mana. Found another PO. Is PO better than stocking? Yeah, PO's gotta be it. PO. Lotus. Mana Crypt. Blue. This. PO. I have another PO. Probably want to shuffle to try to draw my 4th Airlingas. I do want that Academy still. This might just be a PO with no other plays first. I mean, I probably can get a Thunder Trap off of this. Let's see what this looks like. No, don't do that. Let's play a Lurrus. Let's play a Lotus. Let's play Merchant to shuffle. And I'll get my other PO. Oh, I don't have another PO. I guess I'll just get my Ancestral then. I'll just cast an Ancestral. Oh, now I have a Snapcaster. Let's do my first PO. Okay, this looks deterministic for me. Can't seem to hit this. Hold on. Ooh, how much draws do I have? I'm at 3. All right, there's my Tolarian Academy. Hopefully I have enough, they're at 20. I guess it should be fine. All right, cool. I don't think I deserve to win this game, but my deck is really good. Cool. Deck's so sick. Yeah, I played that game really badly though. Let's focus up for game 2. Swords and Portable Hole and Negation. Bauble, Fluster, Misstep Probe. Could bring in Seal, Sabotage, or Hercules, but I don't think I'm going to. Yeah, that's PO. You just draw your deck and you win. Cat Gaming. That's no good. We keep these. No Chancellor. 1 mana short on Oh, why did I not counter that? That's why. I'm super smart. Deafening Silence. Okay. I guess I'm supposed to play the Saga out. Oh, they had a Cavern. Yeah, that's a good hand. Lotus, Plains, Cavern, Mox, Deafening Silence, Cleric. Sure. 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 I could draw Tolarian Academy. It'd be sick. Not a great one. Just kind of looking for a land there. Maybe we're supposed to cast Ancestral right now. Don't think we are. I want to play a Mox this turn. Can play an Ancestral and a Construct next turn. Man. This game's gonna be tough. Work for Fortune this time. We don't even have 4 swords in our deck, sadly. This hand was tough. Maybe I don't know. I think I'm always supposed to counter the Black Lotus there, but yeah. Okay. I will force pitching Ancestral. Can't really win this game if that resolves. No, they have a strip mine too. Ugh. I guess that's why they didn't go down the loss well. They already had it all. Could draw swords. Thing is, I can't really crack this bobble ever. Still have another planes in their hand, but I'm also dead, so kind of have to draw swords and also hope they don't have a follow up here. Uh, see if this has any help. Okay. On the play, let's take the negation out and put the vexing bauble back in. If they're playing the deafening silence version, I think I'm gonna bring the seal in. I'll take a bauble out. Guess I could go sabotage for something as well. Really hate sabotage. I want to cast like trainer and stock ups on turn 1. Yeah, screw that. Sure. I really hope I don't get. I guess Chancellor's not the biggest deal. Let's get wastelanded. This hand actually has some amount of awkwardness to it. Let's see what happens. No Chancellor. Theoretically, they could have mental missteps, so I'm just gonna cast Ancestral in their upkeep. Why? Why? I have so many lands, game! Game, I have so many lands! I think 1 Chrome Mox is fine here. I didn't get wastelanded. There we go. That's a good one. That's a really good one. It's a super good one. I'm probably going to try to Thunder Trap and hit a Mox here. A non-Opal Moxen. Oh, yeah. All right, this game is over. Woo! Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The game has ended, champ. You may concede at any time. I guess, yeah, this works. I can pick back this portable hole. Basically killed the Chrome Mox. They didn't want to make the decision on the Chrome Mox. Yeah, I mean, maybe we don't need 4 swords. We didn't even cast a single swords in either of these games. Though I guess the swords would have been good in game 2. All right, welcome to round 4. We're still alive. Have a cat. Countervine. Uh-oh. Countervine. Uh-oh. Countervine sounds like a huge problem. Countervine sounds really bad. Countervine sounds really bad. Yeah. Please don't play Countervine. Please have switched off this deck. Surely 2 days ago when they played Countervine, it went really poorly, and now they're going to switch off of it into something else. 3 and 3. Look how broken Magic Goldfish is. It has the same... That's it's so bad. Oh, it's too funny. I believe the problem is their scraping script isn't accounting very well for the fact that MTGO updates automatically now. Like a tournament finishes and MTGO puts out the deck list immediately after as part of the tournament closing procedure. And so I assume their scraping script is just like not really set up well for that. Yo, what up, Ginger? Hope you had a good stream. Welcome, everyone. We're playing the Vintage Challenge. Hopefully our opponent is not still on Countervine, but we'll have to see. Oh, we're on the draw. Not great. What do you got for us, opponent? Mana Crypt. So not Countervine, but Mana Crypt's still good. Sphere, maybe? Sphere Shops. Patchy Boy. I think I have to let Patchy Boy go so I can counter a Null Rod if it occurs. I guess not right now. Maybe I could counter Patchy Boy. I do need 5 mana to kill Patchy Boy with Flame of Ador. Wasteland is a problem. Wasteland is a big problem. Wasteland is a huge problem. Ugh. I mean, this is going to add up quick. But it doesn't feel like I should be countering those spells. Looking for some Mox in here or lands. Some of something. Cast Ancestral, see how it goes. It went well. It went very well. Don't have a PO. So I could just Flame of Anor the Stone Coil, but I feel like I want to get the double value. Where does that lead me? I guess on a stock up journey. Take a big hit. Have double force up, get wastelanded. Seems reasonable. That's true. I cannot flame Stone Coil. It does have protection from multicolor. That is a very true statement. I don't think I can kill a Stone Coil Serpent, actually. I might have been supposed to counter it. All right, I guess we can just go for the PO win next turn instead. That seems fine. I just get wastelanded, force their play, and try to win. Yeah, we don't have Portable Hole in the main, though. So taking a PO here, and then I guess I could just take a fetch land, but I don't really want to take a fetch land because I'm probably going to draw lands off of my PO, right? So what's my best plan? Just take another stock up? I just don't know when I'm going to cast the stock up is the problem. I could take an opal and I guess there's no reason not to crack the bauble. It draws the, I guess PO, it could draw more cards later. So maybe holding the bauble is fine. But bauble could always draw into more Moxen. So probably cracking the bauble is correct. I guess I'm already pitching Brainstorm and Flame to anyways. So I guess a stock up is fine. See what their top card is. Oh, I definitely am going to have to force that. So, all right. I'm going to take a big hit, and then we'll see where this PO leads us. Maybe we can go stock up first into PO, depending on how much... Ugh. That is a gross draw. Kind of a bad spot, actually. Between Wasteland and Bauble. And these straw... I don't know. I'm not 100% sure we're getting out of this, but we'll see. It'll be interesting. Strip mine as well. They have a bauble and an unknown. We'll force a bauble for sure. Just makes our lives easier. We'll pretty much force anything here. Are they going to play something before the bauble? It's kind of odd. Oh, they're going to attack. So am I supposed to counter Stone Coil and bauble? Because I can chump this. I think I am. I pitch Brainstorm, I pitch Flame, and we just do our thing? I think so. Just give myself max time here. Are they just not going to play bauble? What am I missing? Why would they not play bauble? Just missed a damage. All right. Well, if I lose my mana crypt flips, I am definitely in trouble. I don't have the mana to stock up first here. Mox Pearl. Do I have the mana to stock up first now? I would have to hit a blue source, an untapped blue source, and a Moxen mana. So probably not. So I'm probably going to PO first. Leave myself with a white. Academy Trainer. Oh, those are great draws. Those are so good. Six mana. Kick a trainer first. I can stock up first. Does it matter? Maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Kick a trainer. Find some POs. Find some Moxen. Cast stock up. Find extra mana. I think I'd rather cast stock up. PO Mana Vault. So can I kick a trainer now and PO? Probably. 10 mana, so I have exactly enough. So Time Walk, Merchant Scroll. I think I'd rather take Time Walk because we're gonna be out of blue mana. That'll automatically guarantee we get another turn here. And then Ruby stock up. Shouldn't need a stock up. I think I'd rather just take a Ruby for extra mana. Oh, it also gives me an extra blue mana because I save a mana here. So I kind of like this a lot. PO them all back. Opponent can probably concede from this spot. All right. Yep, this is deterministic from this spot, so see how much mana I can make. 3, 7, 10. We can do it again. Kick a Thunder Trap Trainer. Let's grab a 4th Aerlingus. Kick a Thunder Trap Trainer. Let's grab a Mox. Play the Mox. Cast the PO. Doesn't draw me out, so it's fine. Then Mox, Soul Ring, this thing, that thing, this thing, that thing. I have never accidentally drawn out with PO, but it's something that people should be aware of. So I think it's good to say, you know? I want to make sure my viewers don't draw themselves out here. I just need 10 tokens, so just cast a Time Walk. They might concede off the Time Walk. All right. 22 damage worth of knights, and do it for Rohan or for Gondor, for whoever, really. All right. Love that. Love that for me. Seal of Cleansing, Swords to Plowshares, Portable Hole, Force of Negation, Hercules Recall, Steel Sabotage. I have a very heavy board for this. No, it could be more heavy. Like, I could have more Hercules Recalls, but... Flusters come out, Bobble comes out, Misstep comes out, Probe comes out. One Bobble comes out. Now what? Flame is a sick card. Flame has been very good. Flame is kind of the reason you want to be in red. Like, Pyroblast is nice, but I think Flame is better. Because if you like wanted Pyroblasts, you could play more Flusterstorms and more Mystical Disputes and stuff. Like, Pyroblast is replaceable, but Flame of Venora I don't think is replaceable. So... probably want to take out 2 Baubles. And this deck is sick. I think you might like this deck, Trunks. I think you might like this deck. It's very much a controlling combo. Very fun. So much draw. What do I want to cut? It's my last card here. This last cut's kind of hard. Could be Brainstorm, I guess. Yeah. Could be Brainstorm. Yeah, I mean, Stock Up Trainer have done a number on this deck. It's made it so consistent. I do think Vintage is one of the best formats right now, for sure. I feel like Opal is too important for mana. I know that it sucks to cut bobbles, but I'm looking at this hand. I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna hope I don't get null rotted on turn 1, I guess. Can't imagine putting this back. I can probably get away with putting the Opal away, though. So I can keep the negation. Because if I don't get, like, restricted too much on turn 1, then I can have negation up off of Black Lotus. Sand is very risky, but I think that's a keep. It should be in range. Like, it's just bad against Null Rod. It's basically, I guess it's bad against Chalice, Null Rod, and Bauble, I should say. Another Mana Crypt opener. Like, it's okay against Sphere. Yeah, it's not good against Sphere, but it's okay against Sphere. kind of a weird tapping and playing of things, but... All right, so what I can do is fetch a basic island. They're the Ghost Quarter deck. I still think I'm supposed to fetch a basic. That's maybe not. Let's just get a volcanic, actually. So I can play an emerald, and my emerald can play an opal. I guess my emerald can play a lotus, and then I won't play the opal. I guess I could play nothing, and then that way I can hold up negation. Playing nothing is kind of bad, though. It's not like they play Revoker anymore. I guess I theoretically could crack my Lotus and play Manivol Opal. But that sounds really bad. I think I'm going to pass. See what happens. So I don't want to use negation this turn, but if I can if I have to. But I feel like if they had a null rod, they would have played it last turn, so... I guess they could theoretically have a Karn. Like Ancient Tomb Karn. But then I'm going to lose my Lotus anyways, so... Just big Stonecoil Serpent. I have swords now, so I'm not worried about Stonecoil Serpents anymore. Golos. So I can't counter Golos anyways. I don't have a wizard right now, so I can't kick my flame. I wonder if this gets Urza Saga or if it gets Wasteland. It's gonna be a tough game. Could get Caracas, actually. Caracas is a pretty good get here because Caracas bounced their Golos, but it also bounces my Lurrus, which is kind of my only plan at the moment. I don't know if they'll think about that, though. I think there's a lot of good gets. Saga's reasonable. Wasteland's reasonable. Caracas is reasonable. Strip Mine, sure. If they have a Crucible, then sure. Got Strip Mine. You could also get Ghost Quarter, but Strip Mine's probably better for because you don't... If you have Crucible, it's going to be better. They got Strip Mine. All right. I'm going to need some help. It's not bad. So I'd like to get a Lurrus going here. So I can pay 2 mana to get a Mana Vault. And then I can pay 1 mana to get an Opal. And then I have 4 mana to buy and play a Lurrus, and I won't be able to replay... Ah, man, it's really bad, actually. I think I might have to wait another whole turn. Because I'll have 7 mana, which is just enough to play Lurrus, but not enough to replay Lotus. I don't think the IRL tournaments are ever over. We have NYSE next week, and we have the Land Run the next month, and then we have the Steel City Spectacular, and then we have Eternal Weekend, so lots of vintages tournaments that I have to practice for. I think what I'm going to do is fetch another Volcanic and play out my mana. And then I do have enough mana to cast something if I want to. All right, I think I'm losing this game at the moment, but it could turn on a dime. Let's see what opponents got for me here. I'm pretty worried about this game. I definitely don't want to cast much this turn. I'd like to be able to go Lurrusing. Let's see what he's got. What do they have? What do they have? Stonecoil? Ooh, it was a Crucible. It was a Crucible. Makes sense. So I can counter this by tapping my Opal and pitch casting a negation. I can counter this by tapping my Opal, tapping my Lotus, and hard casting negation. It will mean that I can't play Lurrus, but it means I will save my flame. Whew, that's a hard choice, isn't it? It is a hard choice. I could, yeah. It is a hard choice. I don't know. I just don't think Lurrus is enough by itself here, which makes me want to keep the Flame. But the Flame isn't doing a whole lot until I find a trainer. Oh yeah, I just made my PO deck for tomorrow's ELD monthly. Just put it together in between rounds 1 and 2. I just feel like losing this Lotus is so bad because I don't have another white mana for Lurrus. And it's not like I can cast this Flame without tapping my Mana Vault anyways. Alright, I'm going to try pitching this Flame, but I could be convinced it's bad. I don't think they have like a follow-up Dual Rod or anything, so no attack. I probably want to attack there. I drew another Flame. All right, this turn I'm pretty sure we are doing Lurrus stuff. I need to tap this Mana Vault because it costs 7 to play a Lurrus. So I will buy Lurrus. I will play Lurrus, who's not a wizard, unfortunately. Then I will replay Lotus. I technically can cast this Flame, so... I don't really want to cast this Flame unless I have a wizard. But if I need to, I need to. 3 cards in my opponent's hand. None of them are lands. They drew this for turn. Or they would have played it last turn. So 2 cards that they've had the whole game. What could they be? Scrawly Bally? Really? Alright. I'll draw an extra card. I'm kind of down, I think. Am I down? Now they probably don't want to attack with... Oh, they want to attack with Golos. Okay. Maybe I'll just kill the Scrawly Bally. And get an attack in. Problem is, they're getting close. Yeah, I think I'm just going to kill the Scrawly Bally. They actually have a life total issue as well with a Mana Crypt in play. I see. I have regrets now. There's no flash artifact creatures, right? Probably should have played around Dismember, but it's unlikely they have Dismember at this point. All right. 11-17. I guess they gain a life from Fair, so maybe they don't have a life total issue. I don't think I'm favored from this spot at the moment. I need to draw some action, some trainers, some stock ups, maybe even PO. I almost think they should have gotten Caracas off of their Golos. We'd be in trouble if they had gotten Caracas off their Golos here, right? Because they have Bounce, Urza. Yeah, but they didn't have 3 mana, 4 mana open. I know about that card, but they only had 3 mana and a Sphere. I think they would have been better off getting Caracas to bounce Lurrus and Golos, but it makes a lot of sense to get Strip Mine if they have a Crucible in their hand. All right, last card from the opponent here. Is it a Scrawly Bally? Oh, they're gonna activate the Inventor's Fair. So if this is a Null Rod, I guess it's really bad for us. But then they lose. They should probably get a Crucible, right? Maybe a Crucible, yeah. Crucible lets them rebuy Fair and Strip Mine. They have the 4 mana right now. It wouldn't lock them as badly. It locks us both down pretty badly, but they can't attack because I have a Lurrus. Think they're at 12. They got a Scrawly Crawly. Huh. I think I would have gone Null Rod or a Crucible. Scrawly Crawly is interesting here. Maybe they're just worried about getting PO'd. How do I feel about Herculing? I don't like Herculesing until I have a payoff, so I'm gonna wait on the Herculesing. I might untap this though. Okay. Let's see if this archive digs me anything fun. Oh, yes. Good archive. Love you for that. I think it might be a next turn play though. Because if I want to play trainer here, I have to tap my Mana Vault. And I guess I could still... Yeah. I think I'm just going to play Black Lotus here and pass. They do get the double draw off Crawler, but hopefully it's not a Null Rod and we can just Hercules. See what happens. I do regret untapping this Mana Vault, though. Could have had some better turn there. Why didn't I do an end? I told you why I didn't do an end of turn Hercules, because I had no action. You don't want to cast Hercules and then just do nothing with it and they just replay everything. It would be very bad. All right. So as long as my opponent doesn't have a Null Rod as one of the two cards they drew, I think we're in very favorable position. Even if it's a sphere, we can play through the sphere. Basically just Null Rod is the problem from this spot. 3-ball is fine. All right, they're dead, I think. All right, Hercules Recall, target you. Maybe I'm supposed to use Black Lotus. Time Walk. All right, so this looks lethal here. Let's do... Kick a Thunder Trap Trainer. I can't kick a Thunder Trap Trainer because I might not be able to Time Walk after. So let's just... I think we just start by stocking up and seeing. See where stock up gets us. Tolarian Academy Thunder Trap Trainer. Do I want another Mox instead? If I get a Ruby, I have 5 mana, and it lets me kick a Thunder Trap Trainer. Yeah. And Time Walk. So we don't need a second Thunder Trap Trainer. All right, Mox. Tolarian. 6. Kick a Thunder Trap Trainer. All right, cool. This game is locked up. Stock up, baby! All right. This deck slaps. Oh! Okay. Not locked up. My bad. I was wrong. Okay, the game continues. They All right. Don't think I need to untap this, but it doesn't really hurt me to untap this. I guess it hurts me to untap this if I draw exactly 4 Theralingos. Unless I use my Academy, which I don't want to. Oh, we just won't untap this. Chain of Vapor. All right, the game continues. But I think we'll be able to bounce a creature and be fine, likely. I think so. Stock Up is a sweet one. Yeah, I wish we had that second trainer that I didn't take. My bad. That's true. They don't really have that much more mana if they don't play the Crypt. They probably have to play the Crypt. I guess they can, if I chain, they can sack their workshop to bounce Lurrus. But I think that's a win for us too. They really need to draw a land, huh? Scrawly Bally. I guess chaining this is kind of shit, right? I mean, getting him the sack workshop is pretty good. It's fine. Not even giving it a chance. Stock up 2 cards down, but we would have fetched, probably. Maybe we wouldn't have fetched. All right. Big W. Okay, here we go. Round 5. Going pretty well. I have a cat. They do not have a cat. Let me just check out their... Maybe it might be the Isaac Bullwinkle PO deck. Oh, it might be the Glaring Fleshraker PO deck that I made. That'd be pretty cool. I haven't played that in a while. His hand seems totally reasonable. Feels weird to not hold up Fluster. What do they have that I can Fluster? I think I will hold up Fluster. I think it's fine to wait here. Yeah, definitely forcing that. Card is a bitch. Get rid of a Fluster. All right. I guess if I hit a Mox off this, I could PO. Sync. Sync is not what we're looking for here. Lorien Revealed. Also kind of not what we're looking for here. Hopefully they don't hit me with like a 1 ring. Tinka? Oh, they hit me with a 1 ring. All right. On the clock. Volcanic Island. So what are we gonna do? Am I recording? I am recording. That's good. Only 2 1 rings. It's kind of unlucky. Zero negations, I assume, right? Yeah, just 4 forces. Guess we just pass. Eight cards in my opponent's hand. Yeah. Stock up. Seems like a good a time as any. They can pay for it, but I don't think it gets that much better. Maybe I should have PO'd first for 1. I kind of want to make a construct, though. They're going to be a little bit low on life. Maybe we have a lethal construct attack at some point through this. They hit Tolarian, it's pretty bad. I think we're in trouble, so I'm kind of making an aggressive line. Underground River number 2. Sure. 11. Gonna need some help. I'm gonna cycle this Lorien revealed. I think so. That is a terrible draw here. I guess I could play a Vexing Bauble. But the thing is, if they play a Glaring Flesh Raker, I just can't attack and win, right? But I also don't have... I would have to get a Black Lotus if I wanted to cast PO, and that's not even very good. You could get a Mishra's Bauble, attack, and then crack Mishra's Bauble. Seems bad, too. I think this is going to give me the most opportunities. We're pretty much in desperation at this point, so... I think we're dead, to be honest. But let's see what happens. This takes one, maybe. This takes two. We go to 4. Any one of these kills them. They maybe can play a new ring, but they only have one other ring in their deck. A soul ring. Do I counter a soul ring? This doesn't really stop them from POing. All right, do your worst. If they had 4 rings in their deck, I'd say this is like pretty doomed, but they only have one other ring. They do have Tinker, though. PO puts them to 1. They won't be able to replay Moxen. Weird spot. Very cool. Very interesting spot. Huh. We might have put a pressure. Oh, City of Traders is a problem. City of Traders is a big problem. So it looks like a PO is happening. It makes sense. They need to get rid of the things that are causing them damage. And then they need to be able to replay their ring to live. But they can't play any zeros. But they can just play a Mana Vault and an Ancient Tomb and go to 1, and then have to untap their Ancient Tomb and then untap their Mana Vault in the next turn. But that would work. I guess Volkey will do it if they have a land follow-up. That's frustrating. They were only 28 cards in. Damn. You can untap, and then they can tap. I guess I can do that every turn. I'll just give them 1 turn to fuck it up, and then we'll go to the next game. Also get to see some more cards here. They did Think Force, Talon Gates. All right, looks like they figured it out. Yeah. Okay. We were really far behind in that game. We almost got there. Not Jewel. A better deck than Jewel. Because I made it. And it's not Jewel. Definitely want Pyroblasts. Do I want swords? Or just Flesh Rakers? Probably. How the hell am I going to board all these cards in? We're going to have to pick some spots here. PO stock up. We probably are not boarding in swords. Kind of just maybe we have Flame of Anor. Island, Bauble. I like Vexing Bauble. I like Misstep this time. I don't need Chain. Chain only answers Karn is a problem, really. Should be pretty covered on a variety of nonsense here. I think I do have to trim Baubles this time just because I'm going to need room. Opponent's deck is explosive. We have to play the control deck here. Probably get rid of... I would like to have an answer to Karn, but I think this is fine. I think worrying about Karn is not very good. Let's try this. Not sure this is the correct board. I haven't played against this deck in a long time. People didn't really pick up on this deck, even though I thought it was quite good. Seems reasonable. You have a force? No. Yeah, I think we want that. Blue Flesh Raker PO. Top. Spin. Okay, so now we can go Mana Vault PO2. We could actually probably just Time Walk first. Give ourselves an extra draw for a Mox. Oh, I guess we can't really play Moxen anyways. Gives ourselves an extra draw for a land. It's not that good. I think I'd rather just play Mana Vault and PO for 2. And if we hit a land, we get to play the land. If we don't, we just replay the Bauble. They could then hit a Force on the replayed Bauble. But PO for 3, I should say. Yeah, this looks like a resolved PO spot. It certainly was. So if I get Mental Misstep or... I have to just play these things out. Okay, that got forced, but that's fine. I think that's okay. I think we're at the point where that's okay. Maybe I could have played that in a way that was slightly better, but... really don't want my own force. But I guess it's fine. I walk. And are we at kick level? We're not actually at kick level, and we have no red source at the moment. Yeah. Fair enough. All right. So what do I want to do with this? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 mana. I could buy Lurrus, play Lurrus, crackbot Lotus, replay Lotus, 4th with red up. I could buy Lurrus, use my Lotus. So there's no way I can 4th and hold open Pyroblast. So maybe what I should do is kick a trainer with a Pyroblast up. And then I can fourth off of it and try to hit another red source and another blue card. Maybe I just have a fourth and it's fine. It's a 2-turn kill. I just have a force they know about. So if I did this and I did kick a trainer, leaving me with a red and a white, and then I could still fourth for 0. And either of my trainers could find an opal or a ruby. And either of my trainers could find a blue card for force. But then I won't be clocking as fast. What if I fourth and... Well, like floating a red doesn't help me have fourth a pyro on their turn, which is what I want. I'm going to always fourth here with a red up. But I would like to theoretically have pyro on their turn if possible. It's very hard for me to get that without kicking a trainer here. I could, of course, just buy Lurrus. It only costs 3 mana. Well, I can do that, but then it doesn't help me find a red source to have Pyroblast force on their turn. I'm trying to find a red source. I think having a Pyroblast on their turn is really good. Maybe, but like if I do the Lurrus one, I can fourth, but I won't fourth for a lot, which is the kind of the same as kicking a Thunder Trap trainer and fourthing for 0 or 1. But I lose my ability to really clock my opponent out of this game. I think I should go with my gut instinct here that we're supposed to be doing the waiting thing. Oh, there's a Vexing Bauble in my yard too. Just buy Lurrus. I think I did this with the wrong mana, but that's okay. Play Lurrus. Replay Lotus. I can fourth for 2. All right, this is better. Let's just wait. There's no reason to do this. Let's just wait. I just want to make sure I can't die on this turn when I'm like so far winning. Well, see, like I could have played this Vexing Bauble here. I might need to have force trainer. I don't like the play I made. Surely there was a way I could have done that where I had everything up. What are they buying and then not using? Oh, they're just getting rid of my Pyroblast. Okay, is this lethal? That might be enough. Yeah, I don't think I needed the ruby. It would have been enough without it. It would have been 2 less mana, so yeah. I mean, that's exactly what I was trying to do, Wiki. Why are you acting like I was the one trying to urge my chat to not go all in for no reason. I think it's still wrong. We should go back and look at that spot and see if there's a way where I can hold open Pyroblast and Force and have a Vexing Bobble in play. Because I think we could have. But we always have to crack Lotus to play Lurrus, so I guess there's no way. So there's probably no way. You have to pick either Bobble or Pyroblast. I don't know. Hello, Nuka. Thank you for your Prime. I appreciate it. You got me. All right. Game 3. I don't know. I think there's a really good reason to kick a trainer there. I think kicking a trainer there is really good. I really like to kick a trainer line, to be honest. Like, you don't even have to fourth after. You can wait again. Trainer can find me. I mean, if I knew I had Ruby, obviously kicking a trainer is nuts. Trainer can find me blue card Ruby, but it's like kind of risky, right? That line's a little less risky, but a little less powerful. Bro, I hate this hand so much. I don't think I can keep a hand that doesn't have Force versus this deck. I feel like I just have to mulligan this hand. Yep, that's fine. It's probably just bottom PO. Always facing off against my own creations. Keep. Yeah, I'm gonna want the PO. So they kept a 6er. Let's see what happens here. Sapphire is a great one in their deck. And Academy. And Bobble. Oh, I have to force that and hope it resolves. Get rid of this Time Walk. Key. I think we're gonna lose this game, sadly. Damn. I'm gonna lose this anyways. I might as well put it in my yard. Damn. 6-card Vexing Bobble Academy Sapphire hand. I just can't get hands like this. I need hands like this if I want to win tournaments. Oh, no follow-up? Maybe they PO for 2 on my end step. I mean, it's kind of hard to say because Bobble was restricted too fast. Maybe I'm getting hard cast forced. Upkeep PO for upkeep Hole Breacher. That's fine. Hole Breacher is not very good when my whole deck is stock ups and trainers. That I can beat. I'm gonna cast stock up high value here. See what we get. Force. Or Force PO. I think Force. Okay, they have 2 cards left. I think I like the spot. We've got a Lurrus we can rebuy Ruby with. Blue Karn. Well, yeah, I'm forcing that. That is a good card right there. This deck is really strong. I like it a lot. Seal of Cleansing. Can I do that now? Take him off key and a mana? I take 2 hits over the next 2 turns to buy Lurrus. If I buy Lurrus now, I might be forced to like counter a Time Vault. I think I like playing this and doing this now. Especially when they can't PO it back. I think it's really strong. I think I have the time. And then we'll just start looping seals on them. They can't attack because we'll have a Lurrus. It'll be great. They have Tinker. Flesh Raker would be pretty bad. New land. 1 card left in their hand. Okay. All right. PO. For 1, for 2. So yeah, I wanted to kill their thing before they could PO. I think I'm just gonna force this and make them top deck something here. All right, what's your top deck look like? I'm not gonna fetch because a land means I can seal with a top deck Tinker. Stock up Tinker PO. Oh, now I can seal. Well, I don't have any way to like draw cards with my Lurrus, so it's not like great. Maybe they have Hardcast Force off the top. Right, I'm gonna wait till their upkeep to seal so that they don't get as much value off of PO if they drew PO for turn. All right, they're out of blue mana now and they can't attack. Is it enough? Can't use that very well. Could technically attack. What are they gonna do about it? Block? I guess we just don't need to. Sure. I'm gonna kill this. God! Ah, it's so frustrating. All right, fair enough. I should have done it on end of turn, I guess. Mmm. I guess it means they... Ugh, why didn't they want to attack then? Oh, I just phase back in. I guess I should have waited for end step. I wanted to get them in combat so I could get rid of the blue mana so they couldn't do anything with it, but... Oh, I mean, if they have another one, then it's super bad for me, right? I should have traded the turn. I should have traded. I should have traded. Not trading was so bad. Because now I'm just dead to another Hull Breacher. I should have just taken my... I should have just known. I should have just traded. I should have just traded. I threw this game away. Oh, stock up might save me. Let's see what happens. I guess I should rebuy Ruby in case they have a counter spell that I can negate here. All right, Trainer's really good because it blocks these Hull Breachers. What is the other card that I want here? Brainstorm I don't really want, but I guess it's a blue card I can pitch cast a negation on their turn. I guess Emerald could let me maybe play a kicked Trainer later, but so does Fetchland. I'm gonna never be able to cast Brainstorm or PO, so I can always pitch cast this PO to negation anyways. So I'm gonna take Trainer Emerald then. Hope this doesn't get like Mind Break traps. That'd be bad. Flame of Anor. That's the one. I might. I have to attack, maybe. Guess I don't have to attack. Because I can't attack with both, right? Because then I just get to attack back with Lurrus. I can attack with both? What am I missing here? Surely I trade, right? They can just have like Talon or something. I feel like I just have to trade. I do lose my flame kick, but that's fine. 2 cards in my opponent's hand, 1 card in my opponent's hand. I think I'm gonna hold my seal. They could have a PO maybe. One card. I shoot this flame onto the Hull Breacher, and then if they have something, I have a hard cast negation. I could do it all on their turn if I wanted to, but do I want to? I don't think I want to. I think I just do it now. If I do flame and I hardcast negation, I don't have the blue mana to PO, and they have a turn to draw something that kills me. Trainer is not coming back because I traded my Lurrus. I guess they could flicker in a Talon Gauge, which is what their attack looked like. I guess they could just have another Hull Breacher, is what they probably have. But they could have flicker or Talon Gates to save the Hull Breacher, in which case we just PO. So I'm going to go blue, red, green, cast Flame of Anor, and deal 5 damage to the Hull Breacher. Red, green, blue, PO. Okay. All right, I have to dodge 1 turn and I can win. I guess if I had done this in upkeep, I would have tapped them out better. But then I don't get to PO on my turn if they have nothing. I guess. Felt like there was a lot of value in doing it on my turn. Like if their last card is Talon Gates, then I want to do it on my turn so I can PO and win. I don't think I want to eat a Mox there, no. They have plenty of mana. I guess there's like not a lot of things I can kill. I can kill tops and stuff still. I think I'm supposed to do it on my turn. Like, obviously there's upside of doing it on their upkeep. But, like, they made an attack, right? I guess they were always planning on POing, but, like, attack makes me feel like they have Talon Gates or another Hold Reacher. Oh, Saga I don't care about. This is another reason to save Seal. I'm going to do this now to get rid of a mana. So they can't play a Hold Reacher without playing another mana source here. Fuck! Come on! Oh boy, it's so close. The One Ring is fine. It's definitely one of the least powerful things they could have played here. Sensei's top. Spin, or do they have a PO? Spin 4 mana so they can find a PO. All right, well, they don't have a hard cast force. Maybe we can draw Fluster. We can draw Stock Up. Okay, all right. I mean, that's a great draw. It's my turn to draw Stock Up. We both top deck Stock Up. Which one am I casting? Because I'm casting Stock Up. I guess I could technically play Mana Crypt and do both. Have both up. Yeah, we don't have a Time Walk. Yeah. No, you don't play around Mind Ray Trap. Okay, here we go. We have Fluster PO. We hit Fluster PO. It's got to be good enough. Oh, I guess they could have. I mean, I can't beat another Hold Reacher, right? I can't beat another Hold Reacher. So they probably only have 2 Hold Reachers anyways. I'm not waiting. There's just no chance I'm waiting. Oh, we got there. Oh, what a terrifying game. What a terrifying game that was. I think I played it pretty well. Oh, we don't worry about the ring. We just need to draw enough cards to hold up counter magic forever. We can steal sabotage and counter. We can do whatever we want. We don't need to win through the ring, chat. That's not a thing that we have to do. We just need to draw through our deck. Though, did we just brick out? We almost bricked out here. That's all mana. That's very odd. It's kind of risky to cast and stuff. Oh, I guess I have a Black Lotus and it's not risky. I have to play faster though. Here's a trainer. Okay, I feel pretty good here. Just gonna take force. Just need to make it through the next turn. I'm gonna take Opal. Okay. Sure. Okay, I think we win. Oof, that was a crazy game. Do you have to counter Glaring Flesh Raker? It's probably just supposed to be hard cast force. Still have a blue and a red. All right. Oh. I got 3 more counter spells. GG's opponent. They played really well. I think they played really well. They always play pretty well. Parallel. That was a crazy one. Hell yeah. Okay. Okay, round 6, winning in. Lose, probably breaker out, because our breakers are not very good. We've got a on the draw versus a Bigoose who has no matches in the vintage data set. A nice solid hand here against a no Lurrus deck. Could be Dredge, could be mono white. We'll have to see. I would guess Dredge or mono white. Could also be Jewel. This hand's not very good against Dredge, but it's okay. It is mono white again, so Chancellor has been revealed, so this force is turned off. Might not throw our force into Chancellor this time. I guess I just get fucked. Okay, fine, sure. Chalice, Chancellor, go. We can still play this game. It's fine. I will throw the bauble to its death, triggering the Chancellor. And we can continue playing. This game is not over. This game is not over by any means. They did not have an explosive start. They actually just had a Chancellor, just a Chalice. That's not too bad for us. No follow-up land. PO, we're binning here. Obviously, it would put 2 forces on us, but I think we need to hit lands more than anything, so. Rainstorm, that looks actually incredible here. Wow, this is probably the best brainstorm I've had in Vintage in a really long time. That's just a nuts brainstorm. That's just an ancestral. I think we win this game. This game looks won. Pretty lucky. It looks like they kept Chalice Chancellor 1 land, yeah. First, probably knew what decklist I was on. Time to stock up. I like stock up. Oh man. Oh man. These are all good. Besides Flusterstorm. I kind of like Merchant Scroll because it gets me Ancestral for my Snapcaster Mage. So I think I'm gonna go Soul Ring Merchant Scroll. But I guess we could technically go Tundra Soul Ring, and then I'm looking at maybe snapping back stock up. So maybe I don't need an Ancestral. But you guys, you're also forgetting that I could Merchant Scroll for Flames of Anor. If I Merchant Scroll for Flames of Anor, I have a Snapcaster Mage. But my opponent is probably locked under their own chalice, so we probably don't want to kill their chalice. But so I'm probably never unlocking chalice unless I'm winning the game. I think I like Merchant Scroll Soul Ring. We have a stock up in our yard already. I'd like to be able to kill a creature. Oh, they hit a plains. That's not enough. I'm gonna go Soul Ring. I'm gonna get an Ancestral here. Am I gonna get an Ancestral? I want to hit my land drop. Maybe I should have just gone stock up then. I probably should have just gone stock up then. Yeah, okay. I regret my choices here because I'm not gonna go flames here. I can't snap a thing back. Yeah, this was a mistake. I should have just have gone stock up. I mean, I could overdraw. How much am I overdrawing? 6, go to 9. It's fine. That's not that bad. I wanted to hit a land there, obviously. I don't know if I would have won this game if my opponent had gotten even remotely luckier, but it's okay. If they play Cavern as their land per turn, it could be a problem. Because we have a Flames at this point, though, so. Yeah, that's just lucky. Though opponent kept a pretty risky one. You really want to make sure your mana works out when you keep mono white initiative hands. I don't know if I like the way I played that. I think I don't like the way they played that. If I could go back, I would change my stock up and I would get Soul Ring stock up. Yeah, that's how I would change that. That's how I would change that game. I think I made a mistake on the one spell I cast, which is pretty impressive. So we don't know which mono white initiative build they're on. I don't concede games of Magic that people concede in Vintage. People concede in Vintage far too easily. You can win lots of games by just playing them out. All right. Yeah, I mean, if it's not fun for you, then it's not fun for you by any means. Or if you need money, you need money. Either of those things. No worries. I just don't know which build they're going to be. Maybe this is like going a little too deep on cutting this stuff. Typically, I usually cut probe. Yeah, just cut probe still. This looks fine, though. It's pretty deep. Try this. All right. Sure. Not too good into another Chancellor hand, but... yeah, I don't know. So far, so good. No Chancellor. Okay, let's see what you have for us. Witch Meadow? Vexing Bauble, I assume? Oh, Mana Crypt. I mean, if you're going to sequence like that, by all means. I'll hit the payoffs. Unless I'm getting baited and they have, like, Double payoff. Yep, I want that one. See how the rest of this game goes. They should definitely have sequenced Sapphire and then Mana Crypt. I might have countered Sapphire, probably not. I would definitely have countered Mana Crypt. Sequencing is very important when you play Mono White Initiative. Don't give away if you have a Cavern or not. Then they drew a Vexing Bauble. All right, I'm not going to force this Vexing Bauble because I want to keep this stock up, I think. That's fine. I think I'm going to get a Meticulous Archive. Also, they just lock themselves out of playing the game. This game is over. Let's just see what I draw first. That doesn't matter, man. Nothing matters, man. They threw the game away. Yeah, we're just going to keep them locked out and never let them out from underneath their own hubris. Could wait a turn on Saga. It would let me do Lurrus things, maybe. I could just play Saga. Like, I guess they could technically have follow-up Ancient Tomb, but they didn't have follow-up Ancient Tomb before. I don't really want to get my Saga Wastelanded. They could have Wasteland, but they didn't Wasteland either. It's very important I don't get my Saga Wastelanded here. The problem with playing Saga now is I get fully into constructs. Probably just supposed to play Saga now. I mean, they're not doing anything unless they draw Ancient Tomb or Wasteland. Those are the only cards that will help them from this spot. Playing Conquer here is just losing. Probably need to like crack Bobble or something. I'm going to try not to kill this Conqueror for as long as possible. I have no intention of killing this Conqueror until they block with it. That's not the best draw, I must admit. Probably something that I can't play. So I just Black Lotus. Yep. I mean, we can bounce their Bobble if we want to. I just don't think we care. If we want to like win the game in one turn or something. Yo, what up, Pepe? Hope you're doing well. They gonna hold back? All right, they're gonna hold back. So the question is, how long do we hold back? They've also not drawn a single land in either of these games, which is pretty funny. I guess theoretically we could bounce the Bauble now and then swords them and go off. But I don't feel like we need to do that now. We can just wait and then Flame of Anor them end step or something. I was kind of hoping we would draw a Wizard, but we have not drawn a Wizard. I can stock up. Why are we spinning? Shouldn't have played my Delta if I was going to cast this stock up, but that's okay. We're in complete control of this game. There's nothing that can really stop us here. I guess, like I said, Ancient Tomb, a 3-drop is their best play by a large amount. Go bajillion lands. Let's take Snap, PO, and then maybe we free ourselves. Maybe we don't. Who cares? Oh, I have to play a spell. kind of annoying. I guess I didn't consider that. Oh well. I'm probably freeing myself this turn. Cavern. All right. What do we want to do? Oh, the whole world is at our fingers here. I'm going to steal sabotage their Vexing Bauble. And then I'm going to go to my turn. And I'm going to snap a Time Walk. And kill them. Yay, you're dead. Oh, I have a Time Walk. I guess I'm not going to snap a Time Walk. I guess I'll just PO and win. I guess that works. Maybe I will snap a Time Walk. It's too funny. Oh, this is going to kill my Construct token. They don't want to see it. I don't know, man. Doesn't everything I do win? Doesn't everything I do win, chat? Like, what am I supposed to do? I hate these spots. I hate these spots because I tank. My brain just goes. I just can't figure out what to do because everything wins, and I'm like, well, I don't know. What am I supposed to do? Probably snap an ancestral and then hold open flames, force stuff. Maybe, I don't know. Sometimes in paper, when I get to a spot like this in paper, what I do is I just reveal my hand. I go, I have these cards. Do you want me to continue to play? I actually do that in paper because it just saves me brain power. And sometimes they say yes, and I just play face up. But like, I don't know. On to the top 8. Okay, welcome to the top 8 of this vintage challenge. Opponent is a blue wizard. We'll see what they're up to this time. I was just talking with chat, and I'm thinking we're looking at least 4 Lurrus PO decks in this top 8, which is pretty crazy because yesterday Lurrus PO did very badly. Lurrus PO was like the second most played deck and had an under 48% win rate or something, like 47. Today, though, I'm looking at Unlucky Monkey Me. Rather be playing should be on my list. Juge should be on Monkey's list. So at least 4, maybe upwards of 6, 7. Will this be interesting to see how many there are? I got a Tolarian Academy hand. I haven't had Tolarian Academy hand in a little while. If it's a Lurrus PO mirror, this hand is not bad. Doesn't have a force, obviously, but has some amount of interaction. I'm down. I'd be interested in like an opal to give me red mana to like get an early 4th going with counter magic. Could be interesting. Could be interesting. See what happens. Let's see. On the draw. Pretty happy with my deck today, though I didn't play that many blue matches, which definitely helps. I don't even have any changes I want to make to this deck, and this is the 3rd or 4th time I played the deck. I'm really happy with all the flex slots. I think Chain has definitely proved its worth. I think the Flusterstorms are great at making the mirror a little bit more tolerable, and obviously the Flames have been nuts. Opponent has kept their 7. We've kept our 7, and we're underway. Will it be a Lurrus PO mirror? It's a bauble. Looking at my top card. Emerald, so likely. Soul Ring. We'll definitely misstep Soul Ring. Too strong. Pearl. Pass. Okay. A little dangerous. A force. So now they know I have a force. I do want to hold up Fluster still. It's tough, though. They didn't have a blue source last turn. They have 2 draws for a blue source. But if they do hit a blue source, I do want to have Flusterstorm up. I guess I can just bobble and see their top card. Gives me one of the 2. I see. All right, well, they have an Academy coming. So I guess I will pass the turn holding open mana. Yeah. Not a good one for me. Definitely not up there on the things I wanted to see my opponent top deck. Trainer's a pretty good one too here. Yeah, that's not good for me. Time Walk. Yeah, I'm gonna Flusterstorm this. I'm really far behind in this game. I don't know if this is correct or not, but I'm just so far behind. Stock up is quite good. Can't really fourth here because I'm only fourthing for 1. It means they just immediately take it back. I kind of have to hope this resolves. It did. Okay, what are we taking, though? This is so hard. I guess I'm pretty far from a PO, but I could take additional blue cards. If I take Emerald, or I guess if I take Manifold or Soul Ring, I don't even get the extra mana very well. Ugh. I'm contemplating taking Force PO so I can have more blue cards. But it's not that good. Stupid Meticulous Archive being dumb. Because if I take PO Force, it means I'm a lot farther away from doing a fourth with an attack, and like attacking 2 and putting 1 back or something. I think I'm going to take Soul Ring PO. I'll take Mana Vault PO. Oh, it's a good stock up, but I'm just so far behind. It feels like, anyways. Well, yeah, you're not supposed to draw it. Oh shit. I guess I die. Okay, I mean, I like, what am I supposed to do, man? My PO opponents have so much better hands than me. They're just freaking top tier, best hands in the entire. All of my PO like losses have just been to my opponents having this complete and absolute nuts. I mean, I could have not Flusterstormed the Time Walk, but. What am I supposed to do, man? Their hands are so much better than mine. Their hand was double Moxen, Soul Ring, Bobble into Tolarian, Ancestral Time Walk. Like, there's just nothing I can do. I mean, I should have expected this after my opponent kept off-color Moxen, Soul Ring, Bobble, right? But how am I gonna know my opponent's just gonna randomly draw Tolarian Academy when they do that? I don't know. Like Fluster's gonna die because Tolarian Academy. Like I don't like what. It's just so bad. This mirror, it's just who has more Moxen in their opening hand. Ay. What was the other card I was taking out in this matchup? I think I was taking out Bobble. No, I wasn't taking out Bobble. So what was that? I mean, I was taking out one Bobble, one Mishra's Bobble. Oh, Chain of Vapor, Sync Lorian, and Gataxium Probe. All right, well, maybe it's my turn. I just like don't think you like get to untap when there's a lucky draw is the problem. Like lucky draws happen and you just like don't untap, so like the sorcery doesn't do anything. Like maybe I just have to have like my memory trap wasn't even good there though. I don't know. This hand sucks, by the way. Would this hand be good if this was a fetch land? Not really. I mean, it's okay. It's certainly better if it was a fetch land. I mean, probe doesn't do anything, whereas these other cards do something. It's just a card I took out. Like, I don't really care what's in their hand for the most part. Like, my plays are so straightforward, so the knowledge of what's in their hand is pretty limited, pretty useless. So, like, you're just cantripping with probe, which I don't think is very useful. I'd rather just have a card that does something. If this was a fetch land, I probably would keep this hand, though I don't exactly know how I would play it. I guess I would slam a trainer on turn 1 and hope it was good. Not very good. I mean, I keep drawing my Storm Spell in my opening hand and my tap land in my opening hand. Like, these hands are not good. Neither is this, and then I draw no Moxen in the hand. Like, how am I supposed to win a PO mirror if my opponent has Moxen, and I have no Moxen? I don't know. I have to keep this hand. At least it has a Flusterstorm, but just feels so hopeless. I don't want that. Okay. There's just no way, man. There's just no way, bro. Oh. No, I have to bin. I have to fetch away. I have to fetch away every card that is not a Mox in there. Maybe they're sandbagging. Maybe they draw Mana Crypt for turn. They kept it in Springs. Oh, they have a Underground Sea. Soul Ring, see? They have Moxen. I'm going to Seal Cleansing that. I'm going to graveyard this. I don't want to play my stock up into a Flusterstorm here. The 1/1 Spell Pierce Flusterstorm split, bro. All right. I'm getting bullied. Bro, what is that? No, no. Oh, I just can't win. I'm losing all my PO mirrors. Stock up, follow up. Trainer follow up, sure. Okay, that's not as good as a stock up follow up, so. I don't think I'm winning this top 8 is what I'm gonna say. I'm getting trolled, man. My deck is laughing at me and giving me all the worst possible cards. I'm looking 5 cards deep and I'm hitting all blanks. Taking a land there is conceding. I don't know. I guess we just run out of luck at the end here. Somehow I feel like these PO mirrors are... You don't have white mana for 4th. Oh, just kicking a trainer? Yeah, that's pretty good. Somehow I feel like these PO mirrors are even more volatile than Tinker PO mirrors. Stock up. Looks like they have Pyroblast back up. Mox Pearl. They would have to have hit a land here to stock up. Okay. Well, if I draw a Mana Crypt, maybe I have a chance. They clearly have a Pyroblast, so are they going to cast a stock up, or are they going to hold up in Pyroblast? Looks like they're gonna hold open Pyroblast. Okay. Oh, I can't resolve my Ancestral that I drew because they're clearly holding open Pyroblast. What am I supposed to do, man? I'm not sure there's any reason for Thundertrap Trainer or stacking orders, but if someone has one, I'm all ears. All right. So is it better for me to get my Ancestral countered here and just like hope we draw the Moxen or land that we need? Oh, they're playing us, right? They're buying Lurrus. I mean, there's a pretty good chance that they'll be put in a bad fetch spot. No, they have it. They 100% they have a Pyroblast. The way they've sequenced this game, there's no chance they have anything other than a Pyroblast. They floated a red mana for this Thundertrap Trainer, and then they didn't use the mana to cast stock up. Like they have a Pyroblast. I'm just trying to figure out if it's better for me to, if I hit a Moxen, I can play a land, play a Mox, PO, they crack a fetch, I instantly Ancestral Recall. I mean, if I don't hit what I'm going to hit, I'm going to cast Ancestral, and it's going to get countered next turn anyways, so it's fine. So if I wait, I can theoretically resolve it in a window. So like there's some upside, but it costs me mana on my turn. So like if I don't use my mana now, and then I draw a Thundertrap Trainer, and then I hit like a, I don't know, I hit a mana crypt to cast my PO, I won't have the mana to cast it. So it's like, do I want to use a mana, or do I want to save a possible mana? Like I also like won't be able to draw land PO. All right, I'm done. I'm casting Ancestral. They can Pyroblast it, and it gives me more draws. All right, game, please bail me out. At least I made the right play. Divination. This game sucks, man. I cut so many like lands from my deck, and I still have so many lands in my deck. I tried my best. That's what matters, right? I feel like I played pretty well today. Can't be too mad. Surely at some point I'll hit the good variants and I'll have the good PO hand in the mirror. They drew a PO. Ugh. Oh, gross. Oh, this is Lurrus, then Lotus, and then PO. I mean, I've lost like four or five straight PO mirrors. It's not a good sign. Yeah. All right. Cool. I'm dead. Can I concede, chat? I'm not gonna dodge PO. I just have to win the PO mirrors, so I have to figure something out. I just like don't know what there is to figure out. These decks are like super boarded for PO already. Like I'm playing Flusterstorms in the main. I've got Pyroblasts. I feel like you could choose who wins a PO mirror by comparing opening hands, sadly. Mind Break Trap is definitely sometimes good. There are definitely some times where it's good. Right. It's not a good sign. It's not a good thing to have PO be the best deck in the format, in my opinion. I've always said that, even though PO is my best deck. PO is the deck that's won me the most money. It's by far like the most fun I have playing Vintage. I like when PO is like a good techie play. I don't like when PO is the best deck. I don't think Hercules is that good in the PO mirror. I didn't even board in my Hercules here. I just like don't think there is hidden mirror breaker tech. Like you can play a chalice, and then on the play you can play your chalice. It's just not that good into Flames of Anor anyways. I don't even think Null Rod is that good against this PO deck. Like, it's definitely a card you want, but it's not like it's like an amazing card that is unbeatable or anything. I don't know. I don't want to hold up this top 8 any more than I already am, so... Monkey wins all the PO mirrors. I gotta figure out what he's doing differently. I don't think you want to shave an Opal in the PO mirror. I don't think that's... I think Opals are actually really good in the PO mirror. So... I don't know the answer. If I had an answer, I'd probably tell you, because I don't really hold things back from chat. Oh, I don't think it's a main deck Pyroblast thing. You can just play more main deck Flusters. I think we played really well today. We've had some top 8s where I felt like I didn't play very well, but today I don't even feel like I hit a very high end of variance. Like I kind of feel like I low rolled today and we top 8'd. So I think that's a good sign. I need to do some thinking about this PO mirror, but like I don't think you're supposed to mulligan harder. Like Unlucky Monkey doesn't mulligan at all really in the PO mirror. You just keep whatever hand you have. So I don't really know, like... Don't really know. I don't know the answer. And if I knew the answer, I would probably tell you. Or at least I tell you somewhere. Anyways, I think this 75 is great. I'll probably play the 75 tomorrow in paper. I'll probably play the 75 at NYSE. Unless I can think of some changes I want. But I haven't really seen any changes to this list that require anything, any big deal. Obviously, we can change a land and play a Demonic Tutor and an Underground Sea. I just don't really think that's very good. It doesn't feel necessary. It doesn't even feel worth it. I guess it technically gives you another thing that casts Lurrus instead of an island, but then you don't have a basic against initiative and then against Ghost Quarter from Sphere Shops. I think this deck is like more well-rounded. It is annoying that we have a back and forth with me and Unlucky Monkey, right? Unlucky Monkey does something, I take some tech from him. He sees what I do and he takes some tech from me. So, you know, I copied the old Thundertrap Trainer at Flame of Venor, and then he gets in there and plays a Flusterstorm and a Spell Pierce, which he hadn't played in basically months, 3 or 4 months. But to be fair, probably not from me. It's probably just him noticing the metagame is shifting to being more Lurrus PO mirrors, and so you want to have more counter spells. So, I felt really good about my matchup into that deck before the last week or so, where they now have 2 additional counter spells in the main. But it's still a lot about who is casting the first, like stock ups and trainers and things like that. So much to think about, but I'm really glad that this deck is good because this deck is really fun. I think Flame of Venor is a very cool card to have in Vintage, as is stock up and trainer. I think all of these cards are new and interesting. And Fourth Air Lingas is a nice fresh take on a Storm Kill that's pretty versatile. Can be played early game, can be played late game. I think the Chain of Vapor tech has been great. That was a good find. I took that from Sean. I definitely missed Chain of Vapor early in my Magic career because Chain of Vapor was never really good inside of the Bolus Citadel Tinker decks, Tinker PO decks. But in these Lurrus decks, there's really not much downside to be playing Chain of Vapor. I really like my Sink into Stupor, Lorien Revealed split for my trainer. I think that makes things really effective. There's a chance that maybe I can trim 1 more land from this deck. But having a lot of lands helps you to play through Null Rod and lets you get up to the mana to cast Stock Up and Flame of Venor. So it's tough to say. I think like no matter what you do, is changing some of these little flex slots is not going to make huge differences. They're all going to make small differences, and the deck is in a great spot. So thanks for hanging out and watching this top 8. More vintage content like this one every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Make sure you're subscribed, and then I'll see you then.